Hi everyone, Matt here, and today we're continuing on with Hodgswamp Run Sim. When we last left off, we were on volume 15, and we did Sharon's route. And now we are going with Wan Shi's route. Hey, now that you've gone and thought about the concept of purpose, you might as well make up one for yourself. Turn your walk toward the book hive, and full of your friends hang out in there, and there are a few rooms that are generally pretty danger-free, so why not? It's a little difficult to make yourself walk past the spookier rooms, but you manage to avoid the siren song of the brain room once more. Your destination tonight is the room that you usually watch your teal friends do homework in. It's understandable after your office experience with Tyrona why this is their neutral meeting ground. Fortunately, a casual stroll through the stacks uncovers no friends at all. Damn. Consider trying out a higher stakes locale. When, wait! See a shoe peeking out from one of the bigger hexagonal book hole things? Shelves? It really doesn't maximize space to have shelves shaped like that. Whatever. If you get caught up in trying to make paltry shit like troll bookshelves make sense, you'll drive yourself to madness before you can figure out if this shoe belongs to someone you know. Walk toward it, and then the shoe is revealed to be the strut pod of a troll whose head is barely peeking out over a book. And nope, a jade. Not one of your friends. Whoever it is curls up smaller in the hexagon, burying her face deeper into a scribble journal of Cullable Wiggler. It's not the most inviting posture, to be sure. The polite thing to do would be to keep moving, probably, but you feel a little off about that. Gently nudge your foot into hers and Gently nudge your foot into hers where it still peeks out of the shelf and ask if she's okay. It will clear your conscience, if nothing else. The book lowers. I'm great. Just going on a journey of imagination through some classic literature. Nothing to see here. Ah man, it's another kid. You know young trolls have to handle themselves as much as older ones. But as well acquainted as you are with the facade of pretending you're exactly where you're supposed to be, you get the feeling she's not exactly telling the truth. So you're equipped to help. Plus, it's not like you haven't befriended a few Teen Sweep equivalents. You're on Alternia already. You successfully didn't get murdered by Amicia, and did a passable job befriending Tyrona and Carrico. Though, sometimes you wake up shaking. The remnants of dreams where you failed them on loop in your brain, where they shake the horror from your mind and try to look as non-threatening as possible. Not that it's particularly hard for you, as you speak. Jesus. Ask her if Bronya is around. Did she come here with someone? Bronya, maybe? You know Jades her age aren't really supposed to be out and about outside the caverns. Oh, I see. You're a snitch. Wan Shi out. With that, she tucks her legs up against her and rolls out of the bookshelf with the agility only youth can manage and takes off between the stacks. Chase after her, but wherever her next hiding spot is must be even better. Eventually, you give up. Youth roll. Ask her if she's seen the brain room. Still get the feeling she might need some help, so you ease into it. Maybe she'll open up a bit as you talk. Tell her this book hive has a huge gallery full of brains in jars. If she wants to go check it out. What's a brain? I want to see. She unfolds herself from her hiding spot, brushing invisible dust off her skirt as she stands up. She rocks back on her heels and cocks her head, her locks bouncing against her shoulders. I'm Wanchi. Also, I know who you are if you were wondering. I wouldn't go wandering off with just anyone, quest for brains or not. I may be only 5.5 sweeps, but I'm not stupid. She seems less afraid, but she's still got a nervous edge to her voice. So you tried to be a force of calm, a real motherfucking Glade plug-in of Zen, stinking up the place with your chill vibes. You walk together toward the atrium, making small talk on the way. Apologize if you made it seem like she didn't look like she belonged here. You're just not used to seeing young jades outside the caverns. She side-eyes you like she's weighing the implications of what you just said. Okay, I see. There's no use trying to fool you. I may have done a small jailbreak. Oh, do they not have enough books in the caverns or something? She brushes you off in favor of her own question. Of course we have books. You didn't answer me before. What's a brain? Oh, right. You round the curve of the room and point in the window. Think pans. On her tiptoes, she peeks into the bottom of the window. I've never seen one up close before. She tries the door handle, but still is locked. As it always was, she looks at you expectantly. Well, can we go in or what? A shirtly-eyed guard starts not so subtly watching you, drumming your fingers on the handle of her mace. Ah, Globes. You were trying so hard to be cool and approachable that you fucked up and forgot this room was off limits. Taking a kid to break and enter is, well, it's pretty much par for the course, actually. But it's not what you meant to be. It's not what you meant to be doing. Nah, you saw it. Looking only. And now you've done it. Great, time to move along. Ugh, lame. Wanchi doesn't pick up on the danger behind her, even with your hurried speech. Change the subject of why she broke out of the caverns. If not for more books, start walking, hoping she'll follow you. She doesn't. Oh, I was trying to get to BeastCon. It's a convention for all kinds of cool stuff, but I want to go for the Soldier Herpes meetup. My fanfiction is pretty popular. I have a lot of fans going, and I thought maybe I could make friends with some of them. But I don't know where anything is out here, so I got lost. Takes a breath and a step. Finally, but then stops and claps her hands together. Oh! The guard starts walking. You eyeball the exits, all the way down the curved staircase. You couldn't make it, but you can't just leave her here to take the fall. Wanchi keeps talking, oblivious. Linera is always complaining about how you're everyone's best friend, and how you know so much. Do you know where the con is? We'd go together. Guard gets closer. You gotta make a decision, and fast. Pretend to take her. You've heard of the con she's talking about. You were thinking of going with Tigeri and Polipa anyway, but the list of activities seemed a little too dangerous, honestly. This past few months you've been up to your ass in close calls, and you'd quite frankly like to cut back on them, including, the one your ass is currently embroiled in. You make some non-committal noises as you work out how to tell her. Wanchi crosses her arms and leans back against the brain room door, which the guard really does not like, if her increased speed and mace brandishment is any indication. Okay, yeah, you say. Let's go right now. Your hype is contagious, even though you're completely faking it. She claps and bounds behind you down the stairs. Quick tug at her wrist pulls her out of the mace's trajectory as the guard chucks it at you from above. It thuds mightily against the wall at the door, and both of you make it outside unbloodied. Checking behind you to confirm you're not being followed, You don't stop running until you're both safely around the corner. Wanshi giggles through, catching her breath. Wow, that was a close one. Librarians, am I right? She grins and takes your hand. Can you believe we only just met and we're already having bonding hijinks? I didn't think making a friend would be so simple. I can't wait to hang out even more at the con. Ah, her smile is a knife in your pusher. She's so excited about your budding friendship, and here you are, gutlessly hiding the fact that you have no intention of taking her from one dangerous situation to another. Maybe you would have agreed if you were in a braver mood, but you just don't know if you're up for more life or death babysitting adventures right now. What you should do, probably, is get her home. You don't tell her any of this, of course. Instead, you agree. Then check Google Maps. The con is down the road to the left. The caverns are to the right. Leading her straight back home would be too obvious, so you take a meandering route. Everything you pass seems to impress her. The frankly bonkers range of architecture styles, the shivery carnivorous plants, the burned out wreckage of someone's hive, and the flickering starlight all around. She is observing a worm crossing the sidewalk. Out here exposed, all squishy and brave. And you point out a cool rock, eager to keep her wonderment going. Really? She puts a hand on her cocked hip. You think we don't have rocks in the cavern? Try harder. She rolls her eyes at you, but she's still grinning. You accept the challenge and tell her there's something she's definitely never seen up ahead. Bring it. Lead the way. It's been a hot minute since you've been back over here. You're interested to see it again. Still, the side jaunt feels like delaying the inevitable. You know she's going to be pissed at you when she realizes you tricked her. You can't help wanting to show off more cool stuff while you can. Anything to see that wide-eyed appreciation for any tiny new thing. What's left of your spaceship comes into view as you round the bend. There really isn't that much left to show off, but Wanshi is still into it. She runs over and starts inspecting the rubble. You wonder what happened to the freshly missing parts. Maybe Vickery has come back to scavenge some more. Shit. Vickery. You haven't talked to that guy in forever. You vowed to text him later tonight, but you still feel guilty. It's hard to juggle all these beautiful friends, even with how viscerally you crave them. You want to be more good for everyone. But there are so many things that can mean, and you've never stopped feeling like you're treading water. When she emerges from the hole, clambering up on top of a black metal box and waving around some inscrutable rusty bullshit. There's so many fiddly little parts. This was how you got here? She observes you for a second or two, then nods her approval. That's pretty cool. Any old idiot can wreck a spaceship. It takes someone with brains to break out of the brooding caverns. Well, when you put it that way, you're completely right. She winks and pockets some of the pieces. Are you ready to keep moving? I don't want to miss the meetup, and it's happening right after Horseroni jousting, which should be ending pretty soon. You're not sure what to tell her. For some reason, Vickery won't leave your mind. Sorry ass hasn't managed to keep up with all your friends you did earn. Maybe it's for the best that you're deciding to take her home. Her safety is more important than her liking you. You start to fess up. Even if she left now, you're far enough away from the con grounds that she'd miss it. You were afraid to go, afraid she'd run off if you didn't stick with her, afraid of not knowing what to do next. You what? You made me miss my one chance to do something fun for a change, just because you're too much of a scared purbeast to go to a fun nerd party? It wasn't just that, you also wanted to keep her safe, to take her home. She stomps her foot in frustration, tears forming in the corners of her eyes. Why do you think you can just make decisions for other people? Why don't you go home if that's so great? Your mouth shuts, words gone. She follows your gaze back to the wreck of your only shot out and winces. I I know you can't. I just wanted... She sits down in the grass, defeated. You said too, a ginger distance away. No, her anger is fair. God, this sucks. You hadn't meant to deprive someone of a small joy here on this bitch of an Alternia. Yeah, it's the worst. She sighs and runs her claws along the tops of the spiny purple grass. After a few minutes of silence, she speaks. Too late to do anything about it now. Still super angry with you. I'm glad you were honest, I guess, even if it took you too long. I'm not used to people being straight with me. I feel like the older everyone gets, the more they lie, or at least the more annoying it is that they don't expect you to notice when they're lying. Not that I can super tell how old you are. Your alien psychology is a little inscrutable, but you know, worry less. Thomas buzzes, interrupting your train of thought. You both look at your two new texts. Are you sure you still don't want to join? Things are beginning to get interesting over here, and you may have the privilege of seeing me at peak performance if you come by. Stay put. There's a shoulder bear on the loose. I don't want you on the already very long casualty list. Do a quick gurgle, and holy shit, social media is already on fire with the news of a con attraction getting free and mingling attendees left and right. The familiar ghostly feeling of a near miss shivers down your back. Oh, her eyebrows pull together as she works through the images she's seeing on the screen and what it could have meant for her. She's still a little teary from before. I guess, thanks? Not that you did it on purpose, but I guess maybe it worked out okay. I do love not being trampled. But it still sucks I didn't get to go make friends. Don't want to be too presumptuous, especially after all that, but maybe this day might still be salvageable, new acquaintance-wise. When she blinks back her disappointment and puts on an attempt at a smile. Maybe. Might as well see. What's she going to do with her new friends? Maybe on your way back to the caverns, you guys could talk about soldier perbies, or scary horse jousting, or whatever else she wanted to do there. She stands up and crosses her arms, looking you over, her smile turning real. You think you've got what it takes to roleplay? Stand up too. You're super cool with roleplay. You've basically been doing that since you landed. So what's the deal again? You ask as you start walking her home. Magic cats? Magic? What are you? Some kind of wiggler? No, there's no magic in soldier perbies. She rolls her eyes at you, then hunches her shoulders, claws spread, eyes darting from bush to bush along the sidewalk ahead of you. Unless you meet power of your own wits, the sorcery of all your senses aligning at once as you get ready to pounce. The hypnotic spell-like rhythm of your own pusher beating in time with your praise. She straightens up and grins. That kind of stuff. Anyway, it's really fun. Let's play. She's bounced back so fully. You get the feeling that not many people indulge her in this. It reminds you of your younger self, and your heart crunches up a bit. Fuck yeah, let's play. You mean heck. Heck yeah. Don't patronize me. Fuck yeah. Munchie giggles. Fuck yeah. Okay, so Little Lost You can be from the Space Cast. Let's call you Twinklepaw. I'll be Wild Wisp from the Solar Glare clan. She clearly seems to think you should be impressed or intimidated by this. You don't really know what's going on, so you nod. Twinklepaw. Got it. So you'll stumble upon me while I'm taking down a nut creature, scaring it away with your incompetence. Sound good? She peppers her walk with skips, talking up a veritable storm of world building. Voice gets low and rumbly when she quits setting the scene and gets into character. Little one, what do you think you're doing? Setting strut paw in our territory. You've made me lose my creature feast. What do you have to say for yourself? Nah, fuck, it's your turn. You didn't see where you were going. You're sorry, though. You know how hard it is to come by a good meal. Fool, you think me so poor a tracker that I am hurt by such a loss, I can find another. I find offense only in that you clearly do not respect the bond between hunter and hunted. You blunder and interrupt the sacred rhythm of my fangs, its neck, or its claws, my face. Now neither of us can know who would have prevailed. Ah, jeez, you're still really sorry about your short paws. You're constantly sticking those into other people's sacred dances. Maybe there are some more nut guys over there? Once she stops walking and gives you a withering look. Is that really the best you can do? No, you'll try again. How dare this pert beast accuse you of such a thing? Your intentions are as noble as the wild pusher that thumps in your, bone cabinet? Once she bounces, hands and fists, grinning. Hello, over the top, and not really start, cast approach, but you're getting there. You practice finding your soldier's characterization, sweet spot, as you walk her home. Take the most direct route, but you let her stop to explain Purpy's grooming habits, to breathe in the rotting perfume of a flower, and to appreciate yet another sidewalk braving warm. Eventually, you reach the cave entrance, you know. Oh dear God. And standing under its eave is Linora, a very pissed looking Linora, which is in your favorite mode for that particular friend. Where have you been? I said I'd be right back. Not, hey, go run off and leave me to make excuses for you. Well, I'm back now, so you can get over it. I know you won't tattle. You don't want Bronya to know you lost track of me. Watch yourself. Linora glares fireballs at her, then turns to you, softening the tiniest bits. Thank you for bringing the short one back. Do you want to come in? You appreciate her politeness, but nah. You should go and let the jade settle down and everything. Plus, you have another friend you need to check up on. Before you can say anything to Wanshi about how you hope she ended up having an okay time, she scurries off around the corner, calling back over her shoulder. Wait, I have something I want to give you before you go. So you wait. Linora keeps looking at you, arms still crossed. You better be glad she's okay. If she got hurt, I would be in so much trouble. You don't have to call her unsecretly caring, because Wanshi comes running back with something in her hands, her hair bounding behind her. Here, read this. Then maybe when you come back to visit me, you'll be a little more informed about the Social Beast universe. I only have one person to play with here, and he usually pretends he's too cool, like he doesn't absolutely love Beast cast drama. She bows a little as she offers the book to you. It is tattered with love. It's my personal copy, but I think I can trust you with it, Twinkle Paw. What do you say? Clutch it to your chest and tell her you will guard it with all the honor and Spitfire Starcast has to its hallowed name. Best buddies. Yay. Alright. Take her. Anything to get you both out of here. Grabbing her hand, you say you know the way and make a run for the door. She whoops and scurries down the stairs behind you. Quick glance back at the guard, taking her hand off her mace, reassures you that you move fast enough. Once you're around the corner from the book hive, you stop and catch your breath. Why stop now? Lead the way, alien friend. Wave her enthusiasm off. She's out of breath herself. She can hold her hoof beast for a minute while you locate your fucking bearings and think. You looked this con up earlier when Tagari and Pulpa invited you. They had said it was fun, that the death toll was high enough to be interesting, low enough to be manageable, and that you'd be safe with them. Still, you'd chicken out. You guys changing your mind and going could be okay. You're definitely anxious about bringing Wanshi along, but it seems like she's hellbent on attending anyway, so maybe the best thing you can do is be responsive chaperone. Responsible chaperone. Plus, now your friends make you feel better protected than Pulpa. Google Maps says it's not far. Well, you've dealt with plenty of dangerous clusterfucks before, so what's one more? Your regular Gil's Corey of bullshit scenarios. Pow those some bitches on. You bow as you gesture down the sidewalk that will lead you toward the outskirts of town. Wanchi courtesies and follows your direction. Seems like she doesn't need you to come up with things to talk about. She's like a chatty sunflower, pulled toward the brightness of newness of everything she sees, and chock full of commentary about all of it. Wow, I've read all about the moonlight, but seeing it makes everything glow. Oh, it's totally different. Look at the dew on this prickle frond. If you get up close and look, you can see the reflection of your own eye in the moon's. You do, she does, and damn if that ain't a bunch of orbs reflected back at you, floating on the curve of the purpley green menace. Curiosity isn't overwhelming or draining in the slightest. Tell her that's kind of nice, actually, to meet someone else who's experiencing this place for the first time. Yeah, the caverns are fine, but there's so much to see out here. Everyone else sneaks out. I don't know why it took me so long to try. No, actually I do. Getting in trouble sucks and I hate it. But it worked out. Here we are, experiencing all together. Yeah, and feel your anxiety lifting. Just a little. Just the part that's applicable to this particular situation. Still, that's a win. Walking and talking and taking in the night makes time pass quickly. You ask her how she ended up in the book hive to begin with. I snuck out when Lenora was supposed to be giving me some boring jade duty lesson. But with yelling. Now I have Palmas, so I couldn't look up the con once I was away from my desktop. I just wandered till I gave up and found the book hive. That's a powerful nerd homing beacon she must have. Wanchi flexes. You know it. Smell what's around the corner before you see it. Having sidestepped your fair share of corpses in your travels, and had your hand in crating a few more, you know how to prepare yourself. Wanchi, on the other hand, you know the brooding caverns aren't some diaper baby summer camp of innocence, but you're also not sure how much Fishra she may or may not have seen. No matter your respective levels of gore viewing experience, you both stop short when it comes into view. Whoa. She takes a tentative step toward what's left of the troll, then retreats, hovering close to you. It feels like you should keep moving, like you should avert your eyes to carry on, or whatever the fuck, before the drones come to clean up. But she's still staring. Her steps, when she finally takes them, are soft. She crouches down and leans in with reverent scrutiny. Looks different. Not in a jar. Wonder to yourself, as Wanchi shakily takes it all in. The bloodthirstiness is a trait only certain trolls are born with, or if they have it ground into them by necessity, by expectation, or entitlement, by fear. Next, because your brain is wired around itself, you wonder the same about humans. Wanchi doesn't look away for a while. You go over to put your hands on her shoulders. She stands up and walks away with you. There is no ceremony to it. No placing of leaves over the remains, no prayer. I don't get... She doesn't finish her sentence. She takes your hand and pulls you back in the direction you were walking. She looks confused, like she's still trying to work out what she just saw. Yes, you could have given her more time to process it, but you're not sure comprehending death is really a thing that you can just, figure out in the wilderness with an alien in one night. After a few minutes of silence, you point out the call of some flat beast. She mimics it and smiles. Soon after, the pointy top tents of the con rise over the horizon. Wanchi starts running, dragging you behind her. Oh shit, here we come. She's vibrating out of her skin. You're basically doing the same, though it's less an excitement thing and more of an emotional whiplash thing. Whatever, you can work with that. You attempt to dig in You attempt to dig into the new vibe as you walk up to the gates. There are vendors and artists and trolls all around. Cool. It's like some unholy combination of AnimeCon and Renaissance Fair, but with more people walking around sporting recently inflicted limbs. Heh, that looks like the guy at the train station in High Swamp. In an attempt not to focus on that, you look around for your other friends and ask her what she's excited to see and do here before her meetup starts. Does she want snacks? It looks like there are snacks. Yeah, I could want some frazzled saccharine fluff candy in a bit. But yeah, there's a lot to do. There's the Troller Bear riding, the cosplay competition, You cut her off. Doesn't she mean cosplay? Cosplay. There are trolls you might think might be in cosplay. Or maybe that's just some trolls dress. Okay, be right back. You cut her off. Doesn't she mean cosplay? There are trolls you think might be in cosplay. Maybe that's just like how some trolls dress. Yeah, there's that too. If you don't want to get your claws too bloody. Oh, cosplay. Ah, geez. There's the old nerves coming back. You really hope that bringing her here was okay. There are other young trolls roaming around, so you're probably good. You try not to think of the body you saw as an omen. There are bodies all over the place here on Alternia. You pull out your palm husk and consider your friends. You could message Polypa or Tagiri to see where they're at, but your thumb gravitates toward Bronya's gripe profile. Oh dear God. Right when you decide you're being dumb and pocket your phone, a lot happens at once. Wanchi starts to pull you toward a dude in a utility kilt handing out flyers. A bowel rendering sound rends. Well, your bowels. And then a massive armored bear with huge beefy biceps hurtles through the grounds, hollering and grinding tents and con-goers alike into bent, splintered pulp. Oh God. Wanchi stares, frozen, as the beast rampage towards you both. Oh no. She whimpers and looks at you. Comprehension and fear etched into her features. You did this. You brought her here. You let this happen to her, and she knows it. You picture 100 outcomes. 1,000,000. You want to work toward the end. You see where you save everyone who hasn't already gotten squished. Are elected grand human, and no one ever gets fucking trampled again. There's no time for that one. Instead, you pick up Wanchi, give her a quick hug, throw her into the closest bush. With what's left of your adrenaline-filled noodle arm strength, you reach for the handle of a katana from the vendor's rack and hope to fuck it's not only for display. You've never felt less prepared to take something on in your life. You've never felt more sure you had to. In the end, no choice at all. The beast charges towards you, teeth bared and rainbow bloody. You hold your position, pinky and ring finger tight near the bottom of the handle, like Tagari taught you. When it leaps at you, tackling you to the ground, you bury the blade into its chest. The clover bear lays on top of you, the last of its life twitching out of it as it presses your life out of your lungs in return. Through your darkening vision, and under the furry dead weight pinning you to the ground, you see her, from the edge of the woods, eyes wide and watery with understanding. Wanchi picks herself up. Oh. Well, that will be all for this time on Hive Swap Friend Sim. If you like the video, like it. If you want to see more of my content, subscribe. So yeah, have a good day and do what you do best. Goodbye.